Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great start of this weekend, and wishing you all here in advance a great weekend as well. But welcome to this new video right here on XRP. We're going to do a full update, talking a little bit about what I expect over the course of this weekend, but also for next week. Tomorrow I will dive a little bit more into detail about next week, right? So if we have some news and just in general what we can expect. But for now, we focus on what we have, right? So yesterday we got some bearish pressure for XRP. Nothing too special. I mean, XRP just moved into the value area low right here, and this value area low of the bigger range, right? So right now, I'm mainly working with this bigger range we have right here between, let's say, 2.07 and what is it, like 2.6. So we hit that value area low level right here. We actually hit a little bit higher, I think, because the value area low, yeah, is right here at 2.07, and you can see that XRP actually held this green area right here. XRP in general has been incredibly resilient here, so there's nothing but positivity for that. I mean, sometimes I'm a little bit strict on XRP, I guess, or at least strict, or maybe a little bit negative. So for example, I mean, in the last couple of days, we always spoke about this pullback ultimately, which, by the way, I mean, this green area right here was already there. That was the main support level we always spoke about. I mean, if you had some orders here, I would de-risk it, right? Because there are enough indications for me, I would say, to assume that we're going to get a bounce here. So if we actually revisit this low, if we revisit this value area, well, the value area low right here at 2.11, we might still revisit that. But if we revisit this spike, that's probably bad news. So if you did take a position from that because of my videos and because we spoke about that support level, I would de-risk it. But that's what happened, right? I mean, we had some, not even bad news, but we just had some bearish pressure in the crypto markets. XRP dropped down to the bottom of the range. Found support right here, and now the big question again is well, can we actually expect a bounce from this bottom of the range? And in my opinion, the answer is yes. I mean, obviously, if we get some bearish development around the situation in the Middle East, like, yes, then we can still pull back lower, right? And that's also one of the key reasons why I think that if you actually have a position open, I would de-risk it for that reason and for the risk of something like that happening. But if you look at XRP specifically, and if you take a look at Bitcoin also, which is obviously relevant for XRP, which is still very correlated to Bitcoin, we got a strong bounce right here. We had some high volume. We've held the structure very, very well. And then there's some imbalances to the upside. So then the thing is that, all right, well, we're holding the structure. There's no clear reason fundamentally why we would break down below the structure. So then I think it's most likely that we will continue holding the market structure that we have right now. I always say, not very often, but I have said it before, that when there is a structure in place, whether that's an uptrend, a downtrend, or a consolidation / range, you should always assume that structure is going to hold until proven otherwise, right? And at this point of time, it's not proven otherwise. I also fundamentally don't see a reason, short term at least, why it would be proven otherwise. So that's why I expect a bounce, all right? And that's why I expect us to get back into the POC right here at 2.17. And then afterwards, we can also get a little bit more bullish momentum up to this level right here at 2.22 and potentially higher, but that's something I'll keep you updated on. And by the way, I mean, there's quite a lot of hate on XRP also from some longer term holders, which I understand. I mean, XRP hasn't been the best asset to hold in the last couple of months, but if you compare XRP to other coins, all right, so if we take a look at, well, Bitcoin is very similar. If we take a look at Ethereum, if you take a look at Solana, if you take a look at Dogecoin, those have all broken down below their support levels and their ranges, all right? So sometimes, like it's always very easy to look at the other's lawn and see that it's greener, but sometimes it's good to look at your own lawn and say that XRP is actually holding on fairly well and better than most of its peers. So that's what I'm going to end this video with, but those are my thoughts, right? So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and bye.